Welcome back from your break. Let's see if we've got many participants. So I'm typing the message. Are you here? Let's see if you can give a thumbs up to the message, just to count how many members, how many participants are present after the break. So far, 2, 1. Sorry. So for 4. It's quite a sunny day today. 7 participants. Okay, 7 participants. We're good to go. One of my questions, if you remember from the before the break, is 8 participants. Okay, good. Is if we continue with vowels, vowel sounds, or if we move on to consonant sounds. Okay, so those are my 2 questions.
Did
Anyone
we
has?
see all the vowel sounds? I think yes. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Okay.
right, so it's up to you. Consider the following information. The ELT 115 syllabus for this year contains in the first part the vowel sounds. In terms of the dates, right, on May the 3rd up to May the 7th, we're going to be having the first assessment week. That is next week, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the schedule might change a little bit, but the contents for this assessment we have to do with vowel sounds, only vowel sounds. What else we need to consider? Vowel sounds. Sorry, unit 1, right here. What is phonetics? What is phonology? What do we talk about when we refer to articulatory phonetics, acoustics phonetics, and auditory phonetics? Something about accents and dialects, a little bit, and how to classify vowel sounds in terms of all the criteria that we discussed previously, such as, position of the tongue, height, lip rounding, tenseness, right, etc. So in during the assessment week, we will have a written test, which weighs 10%, a speaking test, which weighs 15%, and a listening test, which weighs 10%. Okay, so if you feel that you still need to practice with vowel sounds, we can continue working with vowel sounds. Now, if you feel that you had enough of vowel sounds and you want to move on to consonant sounds, that's fair enough. Then I would strongly suggest that you click in vowel sounds in the chat box or in consonant sounds, so you get to decide. Okay, let's vote. Is it going to be vowel sounds for this half or consonant sounds? Let's see if we get some votes. Okay. Feel free to express yourself, all right? So far we've got 6 votes, 8 for vowel sounds, 8 votes out of 19. We've got 10 votes and 10 votes. No, 10 votes and 0 vote for consonant. Okay, we've got 1 vote for consonant sounds. Okay, 11 out of 19 seems to be a majority in a democracy, right? So 11 votes out of 19 decided that we should continue with vowel sounds. Okay, you can check the chat box. We have 11. Yes, 11 votes. Perfect. So let's take a look at some of the vowel sounds that may be causing some issues. Um, and also, let me know if you're able to answer the following questions. I'm going to share this with you. Okay, the first question is, what is sound segmentation and why is it useful? What is sound segmentation and why is it useful? Do you have any idea, any perception, any opinion about this specific idea, sound segmentation?
It's like separating the syllables.
Yes, exactly, exactly. It's separating the syllables and more at a smaller level. It's separating the sounds, right? It's being able to say, okay, the word cat is composed by three phonemes. The first one, which is k, right? The following, which is a, ka, and finally t. So the word cat is composed by three phonemes, right? That's basically the idea when we talk about sound segmentation. When you know a language, if you know Spanish, if you know English, if you know French, Italian, Chinese, whatever, you can segment the sounds in a word. If you don't know the language, you cannot segment the sounds. It sounds very, very easy, but it's not. When a child is taught how to read, probably they start right, not probably, but they start with a, e, I, o, u, right? And then later on, they are taught the letter M or M in Spanish is pronounced So when they get plus a, they say ma. And the same thing with me, and the same thing with the following, me, so on and so forth, right? And then they move from one syllable to two syllable words like mama, pala, right? Etc., etc. So this sound segmentation is useful when you are learning a language, and it's what you teach to children, and also it's what you learn when you are learning a language. So sound segmentation is very, very useful. It's quite practical when you're learning a language, right? It's being able to isolate. For example, what's the initial sound of cat? K. What's the initial sound of dog? D. What's the final sound of the word what? T. Right? So that's the idea. What's the vowel sound present in the word sound? What's the vowel sound present in the word sound? You should be able to identify a diphthong, right? Ow. Okay, so that's segmentation, sound segmentation, or phoneme segmentation. To segment, to divide, to chunk the sounds that make up a word. A word is made up by sounds, right? For example, the word through that I'm trying to write here is composed by the first sound, which is, I don't know if you can guess or not guess if you know. Yes, that's the first one. What's the second sound? The second phoneme?
Er,
Perfect. What's the last one?
Oh,
Is it
ooh,
throw? Ooh, right?
Through.
Ooh, that's right. Ooh, through. So in the word through, we have three sounds. One, two, three. How many letters? If we go to spelling, one,
Seven.
two, 3, 4, 5, 7. Thank you so much. So 7 letters, but only 3 phonemes, only 3 sounds. Okay. And what's the vowel sound present here in this word through?
Mm.
The ooh, right? The long and tense ooh. So that's sound segmentation, to be able to identify the individual sounds that make up a word. And that's essential when you are learning to speak and read a language. Um, what does phonetics study? I don't know if you can answer this question. Do you know
How
the
to pronounce a word? How to
mm-hmm,
say a word correctly?
how to say a word correctly? Okay, okay. um, yes, that's part of it. That's part of it. What else does phonetics study?
Studies the sound that produce one person.
Exactly, exactly. The sounds that are produced by persons or people, right? Exactly. Speakers in general. We can be talking about Chinese speakers, French speakers, Italian speakers, Polish, Spanish, etc., etc. In the world, right? So any sound that is produced by a human being is studied by phonetics. So phonetics studies all human sounds or speech sounds, all right, produced by human beings. Okay, and it deals with the production of sounds, how the sound travels, and how the sound is perceived by a listener. So in a way, it studies all the process. Let me go to this slide. Um, Phonetics is divided into acoustic, auditory, and articulatory phonetics. Each one of these sub-branches or sub-fields studies one element, one section of the production of sounds. This is the speech chain, right? And in the speech chain, we can see how the sounds are produced, right? Speech chain is basically the idea that we have a speaker, right? And then the speaker, let me change this to a different color. So we have a speaker, and the speaker um, creates, elaborates ideas in his or her brain, right? All of these ideas that turn into words, right? If you want to say, for example, um, table, table, that's an idea, right? That is created in your brain, and the instructions are given to your muscles to articulate the word t, and then the diphthong a, and then the consonant b, and then the consonant o, so you get table, right? Table. Now you're receiving some feedback because you're listening to what you're saying. So that's the feedback that you see here in this process. If you want to say table, but it sounds something like chair, you're receiving this feedback and you're correcting yourself, right? You're correcting yourself so that all the muscles in your mouth are articulating the sounds or the words that you want to utter, that you want to say. In this case, table. So the word table is thought first at the brain level, right? The instructions are given to your muscles, to the articulators, the passive articulators, right? Like the bottom teeth. The active articulators, like the tongue. The tongue is very active. It moves up and down, forward and backward, right? So the tongue is an active articulator. And the word table is produced. Now, um, the word table is produced, is articulated, and you say it, and then the sound waves travel. right? When you are talking to someone in a face-to-face conversation, the other person can listen to you because of these sound waves that are transmitted in the air. And this is part of the process when you are speaking to someone, when you are in front of her or him. The perceiver or listener um, hears, right, the sound waves. The sound waves are decoded, right, are decoded at a brain level, decoded because it's noise basically, right? And then it's decoded, and you understand as the listener that the word being pronounced was table. And there's also a recognition from the eyes, because when you talk, you also use your face muscles, and also you use your body language. So essentially, we don't just listen, but we also see when someone is communicating with you, right? It's very hard to do it now, and that's one of the disadvantages in online classes. But when you're talking to someone, you see the person's hands, you see the eyes, so you're getting also information from visual input. Okay. And then there's a linguistic representation, right? You hear the word table, and you match the sounds with what's in your brain, corresponding to the sound t, the different a, b, and and then you understand the message. And this happens very, very quickly. What does the speech chain have to do with the previous ideas of the different sub-branches of phonetics? Articulatory phonetics deals with the first part. Articulatory phonetics deals with the production and how the sounds are articulated, right? If the tongue moves up or down, if the lips are in a rounded position, sorry, etc., etc. That's the articulatory phonetics field. How the sounds are produced, how the sounds are articulated. The acoustic phonetics, the first one in this slide, deals with the physical properties of sounds, right? The sounds can be measured, how long they are, the frequency, if they have a high pitch or a low pitch, and the intensity of the sounds. This can be measured by machines. And the acoustic phonetics essentially deals with this part of the speech chain, when the sound waves travel from the speaker to the receiver, to the listener. And the last part of the speech chain is covered by the second here in the slide, the auditory phonetics, which focuses on how the sounds are perceived by the auditory system, right? And that's basically the speech chain and how it's connected with the different sub-branches of phonetics. Phonetics deals with every sound produced by human beings, right? Some human beings produced different sounds, so that's why it's important to remember that. Even some speakers may pronounce sounds are very complex for us to understand, like clicks. Imagine someone, if you can Google that, someone using clicks like to communicate, right? And that's something that that's important to remember, that different languages have different ways to communicate, right? I think I can leave okay, right here. I can leave copy the link. Yes, I can leave a link here for you if you want to hear someone speaking in, I think the name is Osa, which is a language that includes clicks when speakers are speaking. Okay. Now, what's the difference between phonology and phonetics? Do you have any idea? Can you explain in your own words in which way phonetics and phonology are different? Um, Phonetics, it's a scientific study of speech sounds, sounds produced by human beings in general, right? And some sounds are very, very different from the ones that we use in our mother tongue, in this case, Spanish, right? So if, for example, human beings are able to produce, for example, I don't know, 200 different sounds, phonology deals with the specific sounds that are produced in a specific language and the way that these sounds are arranged and organized. For example, out of these 200, I'm just saying a number, right? Just for the sake of it, 200. Let's suppose that in English, only 70 sounds are produced by English speakers. So phonology deals with these 70 sounds produced by English speakers. Phonology is very specific to languages. We can say Spanish phonology because it deals with only sounds that are produced by Spanish speakers and how Spanish speakers organize the sounds. For example, let's see. Um, okay, let me go back to English because I do remember an example in English. In English, um, we can group several consonants, right? Several consonants together in one syllable. But in Spanish, there's a restriction about the number of consonant sounds that can be put together in the same syllable. The sound that you find in ing, for example, in the word sing, or in all the words that have an ing ending, like playing, going, visiting, studying, all of the ones that end in ing. The final sound is which looks like an N with a tail, right? When you say sing, you don't say sing, right? We say sing, okay? The same thing when you say, for example, the word playing, playing. Uh, when we write playing, right? But when we pronounce the word, we don't say playing, we say playing. Okay, it's a very nasal consonant sound. Well, this sound you can find in final position, maybe in middle position, but never in initial position. In English, you will not find a word starting with this sound, which might be a sound that you can find in some African languages in initial position. Okay, so that's something to remember. Phonology is more specific to one language. The way that sounds are used in one language. There are some specific patterns, right? There are some specific positions, right? Sometimes there are positions that are forbidden for some sounds. So that's what phonology deals with, right? The way that specific sounds in specific languages are arranged and organized. Okay, that's a difference between phonology and phonetics, because phonetics is very general and studies all sounds produced by human beings. Okay, but phonology is specific to one language: English phonology, Italian phonology, French phonology. Okay, um, and my last question for you is is this one: is the spelling consistent in English?
Um,
What do you think? No idea.
I
I
think
oh
I don't know.
yes.
I think in some cases, but not every of them.
Mm.
It's very inconsistent, I think.
Yes, exactly. Not in all the cases. In general, you could expect a pattern of behavior a linguistic pattern to be repeated, but it's actually not very consistent, as Camilo is mentioning. Some examples, you may have the same sound. In this case, the sound is E, this vowel sound E. You can find it with different spellings, like this one, E, 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 still E, still E, it's not changing, still the same, again. So in all the words, you will find the same sound, E, with different spelling. Okay, so different spelling, a different combination of letters. You see in this one double E, but in this one you see E and O. In this one you see E and Y. So different spellings may have the same vowel sound as equivalent. The case of number 2, it's the other way around. We have the same letter, the same grapheme, okay, the same one, but we have a different pronunciation. I don't know if it's someone, a volunteer, could read the words at the bottom, please. No volunteers? Oh, thank you. Yes.
Father in village badly, have no things, but made many.
Perfect. Perfect. So very clear. We see that we have, I mean, we read the same letter, but the sound are different, right? The sounds are different. So that's another example of inconsistency, right? So if, yes,
How do you say the second word?
the second word,
Village.
the second word is village. Yes, village.
Okay.
Village, yes. So father, village, badly made and many, right? So that's another, yes, that's another case in which you have the same grapheme, the same letter, right? And you have a different phoneme, right? Or a different sound. Also, we have a combination of letters, right? Like SH, CH, TH, EI, and also TH, right? And that the combination of letters may be represented by a single sound. In the first case, we have the sound sh, which is represented by this symbol. It's only one sound, sh, but there are two letters. In the second case, in the word character, right, character, we have a sound which is k, represented by the symbol. But when we see the letters here, we see two letters, a C and an H. So the combination of two letters for only one sound. I mean, in Spanish, we have 4 letters and we have 4 sounds, right? Casa, k, a, s, a. So 4 letters, 4 sounds. So it's a one-to-one relationship here, but not in the case of English. And that's why it's a bit inconsistent. In the case number 4, we have the word Xerox, Xerox. If we focus on the final sound, when we have k and s, Xerox, Xerox. So in this case, we have one single letter, which is this one, the X, right? And the sounds are 2. So one letter or one grapheme and 2 phonemes, 2 phonemes. That's another situation that we have here, right? Let's take a look at example number 5. Could someone, for example, Antonia Jorquera, could you read aloud the words that are here? Up to here. Could you do that, Antonia?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Whenever you want.
Auto, no sé cómo viene esa.
A
War,
big O. Autumn. O. Autumn.
autumn.
Yes.
War, resign. Esa,
Pterodactyl.
lamb, corpse, psychology, right, not.
Thank you so much. Very well done. Now, some letters in a word may not be pronounced, right? Which letter do you think in the first word? Which letter do you think is not pronounced?
N.
The final N, all right?
U.
Which in the second one?
On the first one.
Okay, in this first one. So what we have here is that the first combination of letters is along O, right? O. And autumn. And then we have a schwa in the unstressed syllable here. Autumn. And we get until so the final is not pronounced, right? It's not pronounced. In the second word, which letter is not pronounced? What do you think?
Mm.
W.
Exactly. W is not pronounced. So when we read this, we have to read it as sword, right? Sword. Sword. The next word, which letter do you think is not pronounced?
D. D.
Alrighty. What about the next word?
P.
P, perfect. What about the next one?
The B.
The B, perfect. How about the next one?
R.
The next one, please.
P.
P again, perfect. We dropped the P. What about the next one?
W.
The W, perfect. And the last one?
K.
The K, perfect.
Mister, how do you say corpse without the R?
Exactly my question. Are you sure that the one that it's dropped is the R?
No.
Why don't you look it up in a dictionary? I mean, this is for everyone, right? Why don't you look it up in a dictionary? You're going to be surprised.
P and S.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Y.
Okay.
So you say core.
Yeah, you can say core. Core, that's right. You can have a final or you can say cause, but the P, that letter, is not pronounced.
It's weird.
It is. It is. I grant you that. Completely agree with you. Okay, so let's get rid of that and let's put core. And the next one is psychology, right and not. Okay, sword. Sword, just like the word and sorry about the writing. Answer, answer, answer or answer, right? The W is not pronounced. You don't say answer, answer, no, answer. Okay, and finally, in number 6, there may be no letter to represent a sound that occurs in a word, right? Because the word cute is transcribed like cute. Okay, cute. EU. Because if you remember, there's no diphthong like that. We don't have a diphthong like that, right? So the word cute is transcribed with this E, which is more palatal. Looks like a J, like in John, Jean, but it is a different sound. I mean, it's a sound. It's a symbol representing a sound, and it represents E as in cute, cute, or use also, which may be like that or like that. Use. So if you look at the word cute, there's no letter representing this specific sound. The same thing in the word use. This symbol is not doesn't have a match in as a letter, right? So these are some examples why English is quite inconsistent. The patterns are not 100% reliable in English. Okay, so these are some of the examples provided. Okay, I wanted to share with you some of these information that has to do with ideas that were covered at the beginning of the course, and I was so there was some sort of recycling, right? You are working with a website called NGU, and some of you chose, for example, short U, and I'm going to ask some of you to read aloud. In this paragraph, we can see that there are 6 sentences, and I'm going to ask Camila Guzman to read the first 3, and Carla Enriquez to read the next 3. So the first 3, are you here, Camila Guzman?
¿Leo las tres?
Please, yes, the first 3. Thank you.
Yeah. Peter Pan is not afraid of Captain Hook. Bulls are very dangerous animals. There is rabbit in the bush.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Camila. I want you to write down the word captain and look it up in a dictionary later, right? Captain. The last part is a schwa. Captain. Take a look at the word dangerous. Dangerous, because the final is a schwa. Dangerous. I know that you have O and U, but don't blame me. English is very inconsistent, so it's a schwa, right? Dangerous. Dangerous. And bush, because we're practicing the U, right? So hook, bulls, bush, okay? So take a look at those words. The rest are very, very well done. Thank you very much. Carla Enriquez, are you here? Could you read aloud the next three, please?
Okay. I bought new cushions for the sofa. Can you pass the sugar, please? Bullet trains are very fast.
All right, very well done. Very well done. Specifically the words cushions, right? Sugar and bullet. Bullet. All right. I want you to work a little bit on two words that are not part of the exercise. They are not, don't have the sound oo. This one and that one. The first one, you have to choose between a long ah. You can say pause, pause. So you open your mouth, you put your tongue at the back, and you say pause, right? Or you can use a trap. You can say pass. Can you pass, pass, pass? So you can say pause or pass. Same thing with the other one. You can say fast or fast, fast or fast. But you have to pick one of them, as most of the dialects in English can use a long a or a trap. So pass or pass, fast or fast. Bullet trains are very fast. Bullet trains are very fast. Can you pass the sugar, please? Can you pass the sugar, please? Okay, so those are the only comments that I have. The rest, very well done. Very, very well done. Carol, are you there?
Yes.
Carol, can you take the first three, please, if you're okay with that?
The first three.
Yes, ma'am.
Peter Pan is not afraid of Captain Hook. Ah, la otra.
Yes.
Look how big the moon is. I want to go to the zoo tomorrow. Clean your room this instant.
All right, very well done. Very well done. Can you read again the first one, please?
Look how big the moon is.
All right, very well done. Can you repeat this one and that one?
Look, moon.
All right, very well done. Look, moon. Look, moon. When we say moon, right, in the oo sound is longer, right, and tense, moon. But when we say look, we're actually using this short and lax sound, right? Look, look, moon, moon. Very well done. Thank you so much, Carol. Let me take Claudia Morales, sorry, Claudia Morales. Claudia Morales, if you could read aloud the following three sentences, please.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Whatever you want.
I like going to school. I like going to school. I like learning English too. Who will come to the party?
Excellent, very well done. Very well done. No comments, very clear. Thank you so much. I think I'm showing Daniela Leiva another website, sorry, the same website, but different examples.
Okay.
Would you like to take the first three?
I will visit her tomorrow.
Okay.
My grandmother has a chicken. Where can we buy a pig?
Very well done. Very, very well done. Can you read the last one, please?
Where can we buy a pig?
Excellent. Where can we buy a pig? Pig. Right. And can you read again this one, please?
I will visit her tomorrow.
Excellent. I will visit her tomorrow. Visit her. Right. Visit her. Her tomorrow. And the last one, please. Can you read this one?
My grandmother has a chicken.
All right. Very well. My grandmother, right? It's a trap, right? Grandmother has a very strong chicken, right? Chicken. Chicken. Because it's different if you say ch and when you say sh in English, right? The rest excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Daniela. Katia, are you there? Could you read aloud? We're going to skip this ones and we're going to go to this ones. Katia, can you read these first three, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
I want to speak English. Let's go to the beach. This bird has a long beak.
Very well done. The E sound is very clear. Can you repeat this word, please? Sorry, these two.
This bird.
Excellent. This bird. Very well done. This bird. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Katia.
Okay.
Alrighty. Martin Gonzalez, are you there? Martin?
Sí. ¿Se escucha?
Martin, I want you to take all of them, please. If that's
Robert,
possible.
my brother.
Okay.
She's no, she's his cousin. Do you have an umbrella? Todos?
Yes, please.
Bees make honey. She took the pie out of the oven. That is beautiful color.
Very well done. Thank you so much, Martin. Very, very well done. Very, very well done. So, can you repeat this word, please?
Cousin.
Excellent. Cussing, right? We very clear the wedge there, cussing. And this one, Martin, can you repeat this word, please?
Oven.
Okay.
No.
Focus on the first part.
Oven.
Okay. Remember that you have the wedge there.
Ah, yo pensé que iba después.
And that's a great comment you're making, because the wedge, right? It's a full vowel sound, right? It's a full vowel sound. It's a strong vowel sound. Oven, color, honey, cousin, brother, right? We find this sound generally in stressed syllables, right? Stressed syllables like color, oven, honey, right? And the schwa, the more this vowel, which is lax, which is very weak, which is mid-central, the tongue is not going anywhere. It's not going up, down. It's just there, like, I'm so tired. I'm very sleepy. Okay, so that vowel sound is found in unstressed syllables. So in the case of oven, it would be the schwa would be found in the second syllable, not in a, but in ven. The same thing in brother, right? Brother, the first syllable, bra, is stressed. So there we will find a vowel sound like a wedge, which is a strong, right, full vowel sound. Now, in the second syllable of the word brother, in the case of the, that syllable is not stressed. So there is a high probability that we will find there a schwa. Brother, the, oven, oven. So you just relax your muscles in the mouth when you say a schwa, right? The schwa is not the focus of this exercise, but it's good that you mentioned that, Martin, because oven, in the first syllable, we find the wedge. But in the second syllable, we find a schwa, a very lax, lazy, weak vowel sound, okay? I leave this, I think I posted this message, this link in the chat box, but I'm going to do it again, okay? Just in case you would like to practice individually, remember that in this website, you focus on the vowel sounds and you get to practice a whole paragraph or long sentences, but also sentences first listening to them, and words which are individual as well. Okay, so the point is that if you want to take this seriously, if you want to try to improve your pronunciation, you need to listen a lot and you need to practice. I will see you on Friday morning, I think, right? Is there any change in your schedules?
I think no.
Okay, so there isn't, because as far as I know, your schedule or classes are suspended in the afternoon. Is that right?
Yes. We
Yes.
have the next class the Friday this same hour.
Right. Right. Okay, alrighty. So I'll see you on Friday, same time, 8:30. Hopefully we can decide whether we continue working with vowel sounds, maybe with some exercises in which you are receiving feedback, but also you may want to find out if you're doing all right. Did you take the listening quizzes in the LMS?
Yes.
Okay, how did you do? Well, that's a secret. That's for you. Okay, but my point is, by Friday, I should have a very clear information about the procedure for each one of the tests, okay, for the listening test, the writing test, and the speaking test. So on Friday, I will be telling you the way you're going to be taking these tests, okay? So until Friday, stay safe. I'll see you on Friday morning. You all take care. It was good to hear from you.
Okay, take care, teacher. See
You
you.
too.
Okay, teacher. Goodbye.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Teacher,
See you,
have a nice
teacher.
week.
You too. You too. Thank you.
Bye.